Hello? Hello?
You're unmuted. Just let them. When there's a green light, they can hear you. So they'll let you. They'll call it. Whoever this is
No.
don't do when you touch that. It does something. So just let it
I'm
go.
gonna do it. Undo it.
It's okay. It's you're on. But when you see the green microphone.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
We're working on time, but we're going to get started here. I'd like to call this, I'd like to call this council meeting to order. Special council meeting for July 9th, 2025 at approximately at exactly 6:04. Remind everybody to put their cell phones on mute or airplane mode. Right now, we're working to get Tonda Hines connected if we can get her connected. But at this time, I'd like to have Melody do a roll call, please. Pardon? Well, we're going to do it without Tonda. If she can't show her face and can't vote, she can't be counted as here until she can be here, and then we can recognize her. But I don't want to hold everybody up.
All right. Councilman Holtz.
Present.
Councilman Curry.
Here.
Councilwoman King.
Here.
Councilman Mishler.
Here.
Councilman Fish. She's not here. Okay. Councilman Crabtree.
Yes.
Councilman Hinkie. President Dawson.
Present. At this time, I'd like the clerk to read the special notice.
July
I
9.
think, hold on. Does she have to read the whole thing, Mr. Parliamentary?
I believe that's the way I was told I did.
Okay. All right. Yes, she has to read the entire thing. Tana, can you hear us yet?
I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Could you say that you're present here at the meeting?
Present.
Okay.
Thank you.
We're good. All right.
All right.
Melody.
July 9, 2025, the City of Elkhart and members of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana. Ladies and gentlemen, you are here notified in accordance with the power vested in me by the statutes of the State of Indiana and the ordinances of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, I hereby call a special meeting of the Common Council to be held in the municipal building in the council chambers on the second floor, 229 South 2nd Street, Elkhart, Indiana, for on Wednesday, the 9th day of July, 2025 at 6 p.m. The purpose of this meeting will be to hear and take action upon Resolution 25R15, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Alliance RV LLC, Three Creek LLC are in substantial compliance with its statement of benefit forms and memoranda of agreement approved under resolution numbers R0821, R1421. Proposed Resolution 25R16, a resolution of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Alliance RV LLC, Sea Creek LLC are in substantial compliance with Statement of Benefit Forms and Memorandum of Agreement under resolution numbers R819, R919, and R1019. Proposed Resolution 25-R-17, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Alpha Systems LLC, DVS LLC are in substantial compliance with its Statement of Benefit Forms and Memoranda of Agreement approved under resolution numbers R4320, R4420, R4520. Proposed Resolution 25R18, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether EOZ Business LLC is in substantial compliance with the Statement of Benefits, Real Property, CF-1, Form CF-1RP, and the Memorandum of Agreement approved under resolution numbers R3820, R3920, R4020. Proposed Resolution 25R19, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Flexible Concepts Incorporated is in substantial compliance with its Statement of Benefits, Personal Property, Form CF-1PP, and the Memorandum of Agreement approved under resolution numbers R5121, R5721, and R5821. Proposed Resolution 25R20, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Hull Lift Truck Incorporated is in substantial compliance with its Statement of Benefit Forms and Memoranda of Agreement approved under Elkhart County Resolution Numbers CC 2021-13 and CC 2021-16. Proposed Resolution 25R21, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Kimcrest LLC, La Isla Bonita Properties LLC are in substantial compliance with the Statement of Benefits Forms and Memoranda of Agreement approved under resolution numbers R4716, 449, R4916, R5016. The proposed Resolution 25R22, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Marsan International LLC is in substantial compliance with its Statement of Benefit Forms and Memoranda of Agreement approved under resolution numbers R0422, R0622, R0722. Proposed Resolution 25-R-23, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether SCG Acquisitions Company, LLC, DBA Speed Grip Chuck Company, Swanee Precision Holdings, LLC, are in substantial compliance with the Statement of Benefits, Personal Property, Form F-1/PP, and the Memorandum of Agreement approved under resolution numbers R0524, R0624, R0724. Proposed Resolution 25R24, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Treaded Tire and Wheel Company Incorporated is in substantial compliance with the Statement of Benefits, Personal Property Form CF-1/PP, and the Memorandum of Agreement approved under resolution numbers R3818, R4218, R4318. Proposed Resolution 25-25, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether American Technology Components Incorporated, ATC, 1127 Miles Avenue, LLC, are in substantial compliance with its Statement of Benefit Forms and Memorandum of Agreement approved under resolution numbers R5221, R5521, R5621. Proposed Resolution 25-R-26, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Marine Realty LLC, DBA Bennington Marine South, is in substantial compliance with its Statement of Benefits, Real Property CF-1, Form CF-1/RP, and the Memorandum of Agreement approved under Resolution Numbers R-4422, R-4822, R-4922. Proposed Resolution 25-R-27, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Elkhart Concord LLC is in substantial compliance with its Statement of Benefits, Real Property CF-1, Form CF-1/RP, and the Memorandum of Agreement approved under Resolution Numbers R-3323, R-3423, R-3523. Proposed Resolution 25-R-28, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Playcon Corporation is in substantial compliance with its Statement of Benefits forms and Memorandum of Agreement approved under Resolution Numbers R-1420, R-2720, R-2820. Proposed Resolution 25-R-29, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Treaded Tire and Wheel Company Incorporated is in substantial compliance with its Statement of Benefits, Personal Property Form CF-4/PP, and the Memorandum of Agreement approved under Resolution Numbers R-3818, R-4218, R-4318. Proposed Resolution 25-R-30, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether PECF Enterprise Incorporated, DBA Triangle Tire Rubber LLC, and 7 Guild LLC are in substantial compliance with its Statement of Benefit forms and Memorandum of Agreement approved under Resolution Numbers R-5324, R-5624, R-5724. The city clerk is hereby ordered to prepare and cause to be served on each council member a certified copy of the special call in accordance with the law. Signed, Arvis L. Dawson, President, Elkhart City Common Council, attested by Deborah D. Barrett, Elkhart City Clerk.
Thank you, Melody. You need a drink before we...
No, I'm good. Let's go.
All right. Would you read proposed resolution 25-R-27 by title, please? Go ahead. Read it by title.
Okay. Proposed Resolution 25-R-27, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Elkhart Concord LLC is in substantial compliance with its Statement of Benefits, Real Property CF-1, Form CF-1/RP, and the Memorandum of Agreement approved under Resolution Numbers R-3323, R-3423, R-3523.
I get a motion and a second to adopt this resolution. Motion by Mr. Mishler, second by Mr. Crabtree. Drew.
Good evening, Council. Drew Wines, Economic Development. Thank you for your participation in the 2025 CF1 compliance process. The Tax Abatement Committee met on June 18th and made recommendations. We will begin with the 6 companies that were below the 90% compliance threshold. Once resolutions are read, Council will have the opportunity to ask questions of the company representatives and of city staff. For Concord Mall, their company representative, Jeff Martin, is attending virtually, and he is available to answer questions, as are we. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Questions and comments with regard to this resolution? Questions and comments? Seeing none, I'll close the council discussion. I'll open up to the public. Is there anyone in the public that would like to speak? Seeing none, we turn it back to the council. Is there any further council discussion?
Yes, Mr. President, it's Brent.
Yes, sir. Mr. Brent Curry.
Yeah, just for the record, I asked all of my questions, and on June 18th, I attended the committee meeting.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And Council President Dawson, this is Jeff Martin. If you can hear me, just want to continue to thank the city for your support. The project is going great. We have about 75% of the building leased and occupied, and only a couple small spaces to go.
Sir,
can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, but your video needs to be on so we can see you.
Oh, sorry. I'm just audio because I couldn't download the Cisco app in time. Sorry about that, or WebEx app in time.
All right, then. Well, I'm sorry, but if you're not on video, we can't make you a part of our public record. Sorry about that.
Okay, no problem. I'm here to answer questions if you have any.
Mr. Hinkie, and we can't ask him a question because, all right.
Simply, the bottom line to this is they have a revitalization area till December 31 of 26. So, I do find them obviously out of compliance at this time by their own records. However, I just need to know, and we just have to push the button that they have to have a plan of compliance, or we will have a total clawback next year, or actually the year after.
In conversations with the company, they have plans to make further investments and to reach compliance.
Okay.
And for so we added provisions for clawback specific to general noncompliance starting in July of 24. So Concord Mall, a clawback would only be applicable to them if they ceased operations in Elkhart or fell delinquent in an Elkhart County tax.
So let's just go with the example, and since they have until December 31 of 26, we will meet in 27 and look back. How far back can we claw back for non-compliance?
There's a prescribed formula that we utilized for Champion Manufacturing when they left town, and some of those details are cited in the MOA. We look at their history of compliance and we take into account how many years they are compliant, how many years they are out of compliance, and that's what's determined to find the clawback number. And that's what we use for Champion, and that would be what's in Concord Mall's MOA if a situation like that arose.
So realistically, they're in compliance because they're not outside the date of their final compliance. But since they've never really been in compliance by their numbers, it would go back all 5 years, is my guess.
That I would want to double check the MOA and there is a very prescribed formula and we would have to take a look at that if a situation like that arose. So this is Concord Mall's first year submitting. This is their first time they were assessed, and their first year submitting, and they have made significant progress in their project.
Okay.
Thank you, Drew. Are there any other questions of the council? Thank you, Drew. No public comment. Seeing none. Melody, would you do a roll call vote on this?
Need a motion?
Yes. I thought we did have a motion. We didn't have the right motion, I guess.
Yes. I move to adopt proposed resolution number 25-R-27 with a finding that Concord Mall Business Park is in substantial compliance with the statement of benefits in real property.
There's a second.
Second.
Second. Melody, would you do a roll call vote? I'm sorry, Mr. Mishler, motion, second by Mr. Hinkie.
Thank you. Councilman Holtz?
Aye.
Councilman Curry?
Yes.
Councilwoman King?
Yes.
Councilman Mishler?
Aye.
Councilwoman Hines?
Yes.
Councilman Crabtree?
Yes.
Councilman Hinkie?
Aye.
President Dawson?
Aye. Ellie, would you read proposed resolution 25-R-25 by title, please?
Proposed Resolution 25-R-25, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether American Technologies Components Incorporated, ATC, 1127 Miles Avenue, LLC, are in substantial compliance with its statement of benefit forms and memoranda of agreement approved under resolution numbers R5221, R5521, and R5621.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a second to adopt this resolution?
So move.
Motion by Mr. Crabtree, second by Mr. Hinkie. Council discussion. Ranky.
We're in a similar position in that they still have a compliance year of 2026, correct? Payable 27, reviewed in 27 anyhow.
ATC's ERA expired in on December 31, 24.
Oh my, okay. And then the area of question, we have 166% compliance on real property. We have 100% compliance on personal property. We have 0% compliance on new jobs. I see an explanation, but I don't find any other. Everyone else was able to find employees, but that was part of the read. That was part of the measure.
There are company representatives here that can speak to
Okay.
their business in their industry and the hiring.
There's a representative here that would like to speak to Mr. Hinkey's concerns. Please come forward, sir.
Good evening. Jordan Hesters. I'm the controller at ATC. Specifically to address your question on the jobs. So when we filed this original abatement, it was in 2021. The spike of the RV industry, the best year on record. So that's kind of where our baseline is, which is unfortunate. So take that to 2024, RV industry is down 45%. So that's the reason we didn't end up hitting our employee numbers that we thought we would. I will say, though, that if you look at our other industries, so we're about 55% RV, so heavily based on the RV industry. So for the RV industry to be down 45% is a major reason why our employment didn't hit the numbers yet. Our other areas of the other industries we serve, that actually has taken off quite a bit over that time frame. That's up 15%. So the expectation is, obviously, if RV turns around at least a little bit, we would be at those numbers, at or above those numbers. Specifically in the other areas, wages, where I think it looks like I had about 32% over the hourly rate we said we would. So way over on that. The employment levels, while we were under for 2024, we were at 165 when we came a couple weeks ago. We're already, as of today, up to 171. So actively climbing, as we speak. We do have, we are working on bringing tooling back from China as well. It's getting to the point of, I'm sure a lot of companies are doing the cost benefit of bringing, reshoring some of the tooling. So we're bringing some of that back, which will add even more jobs to hopefully bolster that employment level. As you mentioned, obviously our investment numbers, we kind of shot those out of the water. So yeah, as of right now, I mean, the real reason employment's down and headcount looks bad is our baseline, the baseline year and what that year was for the RV industry.
So can I ask, what was in the original agreement and then the CF1 in regards to gross wages? What was the increase of gross wages minus any bonuses?
Increase in gross wage. Yeah, do you have that information by chance?
Their SP1 estimated $43,000 $38,000 for. I'm sorry, I misspoke. $43,000 for retained jobs, and the wages they reported were at 55.5. So there has been a substantial increase in wages for retained jobs.
I guess what I'm asking is, what was their base prior as reported on the SB1, and then what increase have we had from that point to 2024 reporting? Does that make sense? Okay.
So it looks like there's about a $12,000 increase $12,000 over in average annual wages for retained employees.
That's not what he's asking.
I'm so sorry.
I'm looking for the gross, so I'm looking for the
I guess,
gross.
David, if I could, so you want to know what it started at and
Yeah,
what
not
it
their
is.
individual wage.
You're right.
I'm looking for company gross wages when this came into play in 2021. And then what is gross wages reported in 2024? And I want to know the difference, and so we can get a percentage. And no offense, but we have three measures, and that's what we're allowed. We have a 90% compliance. In days of old, it was 95%, and we're at 90%. But when there are 0% in any one of these three measures, there's not a lot we get to do. So I'm looking then for maybe a second option, and that would be gross wages. What has been the uptick from 2021 SB1 reported total company, this particular address, reported to 2024? Because if we didn't improve, what I'm hearing you say is you didn't have orders because the RV company was down. However, the spike was right after that. And so we should have been seeing that all the way along, and we should see some numbers reported in 2024. That would be, I give you the exception of 22, but in 23 there was a climb. In 24 there was a significant climb because other companies hit it. And so I want to know why you still sit at 0, and I think I'm just looking to say, well, maybe you pay people overtime and...
What do you got, Drew?
So for gross wages, they were 110% compliant. So what was reported in the SP, or estimated in the SB1, was $7,750,000, and then what was reported in the CF1 was $8,559,000. So there was a substantial increase.
All right, so let's do the math. You said 110%?
Yep,
All
it's
right.
on.
And it's really up to the council of how you want to interpret this thing, but gross wages are gross wages.
Mr. Mishler.
Thank you. I asked this previously during the committee meeting. I'll ask again. There was an estimated 68 new jobs. The CF1 shows 0 were created. How many, as of now, do you need to, at your current hiring pool, to show positive numbers there? How many are you down, and how many do you need to have added, and what's the plan to get there?
So as of today, it was at 171. Our filed SB1 back in 2021 was at 177. So we need another 7 to at least get back and be one above. Again, the bringing tooling back, I think that's going to help add at least 5 to 10 jobs. Again, with the RV industry, it has to turn around at some point. And when it does, we've built some of these other industries up to the point of when that RV industry does come around, that work comes back in. Yeah, we're going to have to go out and we're going to hire. Like I said, we've already hired about 6 since we were here on the 18th. So,
Do you want to speak, sir? You stood up.
Hi, my name is Steve Haynes, the founder and chairman of the company. And as Jordan said, in 2021, the RV industry, unfortunately, our baseline year, the industry sold 650,000 units, which in this present year, it's going to be more like 325,000. We are making company-wide efforts to move product lines that were always in mainland China for the past 25 years back to the United States and back to our facility here. Some of the easier types of things on tooling, which is injection molding, we've already implemented that. Some of the more sophisticated product lines on the lighting end requires some investment in tooling, and takes a little bit longer to plan the supply chain, but that is ongoing in our company's long-term plans in the next year or two, which will add probably, depending on the rate of the different product lines we move over from China, and the lighting line could add up to 30 jobs over the next couple years. But we're making an effort to kind of reshore back to Elkhart.
David?
So if I could, okay, so Drew, are you saying we're out of abatement period? We're out of time on this particular, I'm not reading it that way.
So their ERA ended, but that's just specific to real estate investments and personal property. We measure jobs each year, and so we'll ask for their jobs as of December 31 of a given year, every single year.
Because realistically, we can't say, well, how are your numbers today? Because 25 doesn't count. This is reportable 24, and I'm just saying for us. So I'm asking, how many jobs were they to have added at what base price?
So it was 68 jobs at $38,000, approximately $38,000 a year was what was estimated on the SB1.
So they would need to have increased their base gross by $2,584,000. And we went up $1 million something. So we didn't hit that target either by gross wages, because I was looking for an out there. And we're really, by that mark, we are at 46%.
Any other questions? Mr. Mishler?
So to be clear, to hit the total 68 new jobs created, you would need to add an additional 74 jobs from where you are currently? Please speak.
Speak into the mic, please.
It would be 45. It would be 70. Yeah, 70. 74. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
the
correct.
current plan
Sorry.
with tooling and die bringing back should bring, you said, another 5 to 10. Is there any additional plans other than hoping the RV headwinds change to create some of that job growth?
Yeah, so the 5 to 10 is more the immediate tooling, and then he kind of touched on some of the tooling that would be coming back that would be a little bit, more a couple year time frame that could add, as you mentioned, 20 to 30 jobs. Obviously, continue to building other markets, new products. We're constantly looking for new product lines, new products, new customers. So obviously, actively selling.
Okay.
So.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Coates.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out, Councilman Hinkie, I follow your reasoning, and if we would look at the real property investment, it was stated as going to be $13,945,659, and the actual investment ended up being $23,242,139. And I know that's not related to jobs, but if we're talking about gross numbers, they far exceeded the investment they're going to make in the real property, which I do appreciate. I also was at the previous meeting, and I asked a little bit about automation. I don't know if you want to talk about automation too. It's an interesting period reshoring jobs from China, which I appreciate, and also potentially some automation, I think, that would be involved. And as a council, I think in Elkhart, Indiana, we are going to have to be cognizant of trying to weigh, job creation with automation. And I'm not sure what the right mix is, but there's a lot of moving parts. So if you wouldn't mind, I appreciated your answer.
When somebody says automation, let's just say example of China. They may have 100 people that is not automated, and that when you bring that type of product line back, we were working with Purdue University and Notre Dame to put in a specific type of equipment that will speed and make us competitive, that requires a higher degree of education of the person running that equipment. So you may not say 100 jobs is equal to 100 jobs over here, but the skill level of those type of jobs is far higher. In addition, I'd like to report that we just hired, she started last Monday, University of Notre Dame graduate in the engineering department that's from outside of the state of Indiana. And it's those type of high skilled jobs that from a specialized university as Notre Dame and their engineering department that we're proud to be able to bring here to Elkhart.
I understand what we're saying. I don't find it overly valid. there are plenty of companies, we had some tonight, that actually are at 350% of predicted. And unfortunately, they don't get credit for it because you're trying to be accurate. But at the same time, it is the company's responsibility to predict and forecast. I'm not in that business. I just look at numbers. And then plan and implement. There was not an amendment. We don't cut short. They are categorized, even in our books, as non-compliant. So I was trying to find in regards to jobs, and not so much the number of jobs, but maybe the gross payroll would help them out. But when you're showing 0 4 years in, I don't know what to do for you. You're at 0. If there were 10, I think we could work with something, but my job is not to find a way to make them compliant. The numbers have been the numbers, and the numbers were derived from the company itself. It's their business. They predict, they forecast, they take the risk. Because if we find these ways, there's no reason that we have this book, and there's no reason for us to meet on these.
Thank you, David. Thank you very much.
Can I make one comment?
Yes.
I'm not exactly sure on the other companies when their baseline started, and I'm not making it an excuse because we are actively in the long-term plans of bringing, high-quality jobs up and above what we anticipated in 2021. But unfortunately, in 2021, when our baseline was established, it was the high water mark, I call it black swan event, and that was our employment to satisfy the industry, which was, in my opinion, is a kind of a one-in-a-lifetime type of demand from that industry because of.
But may I answer that question directly?
David, no, let me do a public hearing, then I'll come back.
I'm sorry.
Right? Thank you very much. Yes. All right. Yes, did you guys sign in when you stepped up here? If you didn't, please sign it because we can put it in our minutes. This time, is there anyone in the audience who would like to speak with regards to this resolution? Seeing none, turn it back to the council. Mr. Mishler.
Drew, how long do they have before they're completely finished and have to stop reporting to us on both real property and personal property?
ATC has a 10-year real property and 5-year personal property phase-in. The final year of their real property phase-in is 2034, pay 2035, and for personal property, it's 29, pay 2030.
Thank you.
Since they didn't make investments within their ERA last year in personal property and real property, that would add an additional deduction layer, so it would bump things up a year.
Thank you.
Mr. Hinkie.
Stay with me, Drew, will you, or Mike, one of you. But I just wanted to answer the question directly. We have another one tonight. They're started in 2020, and they are at 237% compliant on jobs.
Councilman Henke, can we just please stick to the resolution that we have in front of us?
I thought it was very appropriate to give an answer. And it's in tonight's book, so it's 1,199% on wages. So if they have more time with real estate and personal property, real property and personal properties, that's what you're saying?
They would not have additional time to make investments in real property and personal property. If council voted ATC in compliance tonight, then they would be able, to receive their deduction and submit next year. And another option would be if ATC was voted non-compliance, there would be another hearing within 30 days from now to further consider compliance. At that time, council could either change their mind, vote them in compliance, vote them not in compliance, but let them come back next year and apply for deduction again, or terminate the phase-in.
So I'm looking for that third option, which tells me that we can actually take the penalty and subtract out the percentage of compliance. Where is that option?
We are unable to there's no partial compliance option. If that was your question, partial compliance, there's no partial compliance. But what Drew said, the second option that Drew mentioned, which you would find them in non-compliance tonight, then they would come back and then you'd find them in non-compliance the second time, but you would not terminate the agreement. That would just find no benefit for this year. Then they would be able to have the rest of this year to continue to, sorry, Mike Huber, Development Services Director. That would allow them to come in and to submit again next year.
I find that the best option.
Thank you.
Quick, Drew. Okay.
Commissioner.
What would that amount be if we didn't find them in compliance? Do we have that information? If they lost the benefit for?
They would be, I believe their MOH, they're 100% their first year, then their second year, actually, it's 50%. And so that year they would be losing for real property, and then for personal property, they have 5 years, so they'd be losing their second year. It's very likely 80%. I can certainly double check that detail.
Thank you.
Mr. Hickey.
So, we're all trying to do the right thing for all the right reasons, but there are rules to this. We've already lowered the standards. I was looking for a way to say, I know there's somewhat of a third option, but you don't have to call it that, but Mike knows those things, that we would find in compliance deleting this year. And that's fair comparatively to losing the whole abatement, and they can come back with better numbers unless the council finds fit to find them not in compliance.
So what I'm looking for is a motion. We've had a lot of discussion. Is there a motion?
And Mr. Huber, how would we state that differently?
No, so as Drew laid out, tonight you would find them to be in non-compliance. That will trigger them to have a hearing in front of the council sometime within the next 30 days. Any company found in non-compliance tonight has the opportunity to come back for a hearing within 30 days from tonight, where you would have the hearing again, and then you could find them in non-compliance at the hearing, and then that would allow them to not have a benefit this year, but you don't have to terminate it. So it would allow the phase-in to continue in future years.
Agreed.
Thank you.
May I make a motion?
Yes.
25. I move to adopt proposed resolution number 25025. Okay. With the finding that the company, American Technology Components, is not in compliance with job creation.
There's a second. There's a second.
I will second that motion.
Okay. Melody, would you do a roll call vote on
Councilman
the motion?
Holtz.
Nay.
Councilman Curry.
No.
Councilwoman King.
No.
Councilman Mishler.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hines.
No.
Councilman Crabtree.
Yes.
Councilman Hinkie.
Aye.
President Dawson.
No. Okay, motion fails. Can I get a motion on the findings of compliance?
I'll make a motion. Believe it's proposed resolution 25R-25 with a finding that American Technology Components is in substantial compliance with the statement of benefits form for personal property and the statement of benefit forms for real property and the conditions stated in the designating resolution.
Second.
Motion and a second.
Question on the motion?
Very little. We've had a lot of discussion. We're going to have very
I'm
little
not sure
discussion.
why we meet then.
David, you had discussion? We're going to have discussion. But we're going to have very little because we've bannered this pretty much.
I'm just, we've lowered standards. I'm just wondering, what does it take to actually fail an abatement when you don't how far down does this council want to go? Because we are setting precedent for all future abatements. I don't get it, and we put a lot of time into it. I'm not sure why we do it that. Not a
Thank
good
you.
investment of time.
Melody, would you do a roll call vote, please?
Councilman Holtz.
Aye.
Councilman Curry.
Yes.
Councilwoman King.
Yes.
Councilman Mishler.
No.
Councilwoman Hines,
Yes.
Councilman Crabtree,
No.
Councilman Hinkie, President Dawson.
Aye. Motion passes. Would you read proposed resolution 25-R-26 by title, please?
Proposed Resolution 25-R-26, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Marine Realty LLC, DBA Bennington Marine South, is in substantial compliance with its Statement of Benefits, Real Property, CF-1, Form CF-1 RP, and the Memorandum of Agreement approved under Resolution Numbers R-4422, R-4822, R-4922.
I get a motion and a second to adopt this resolution.
So move. Second.
Motion by Mr. Crabtree, second by Mr. Mishler. Council discussion. Being none, I'll open it up to the public because anyone in the public would like to speak on this proposed resolution.
Lindy Lehman, Vice President of Finance.
Sean Kruger, Chief Financial Officer.
So we have met all the real property. We had met that last year, I believe, on the CF1. We are under on the job attainment for retained and additional jobs. To follow ATC, we are in the marine industry. Our baseline was 2022, which was also sort of top of the industry. And right now, we are down approximately 40% compared to that. Our jobs and wages are not down 40%. So, but that is the reasoning for not meeting those jobs, additional jobs and retained jobs.
Thank you. Discussion. Mr. Hinkie.
Based on the action we just took on the last one, we're obligated to find you in compliance, just letting you know that precedent was set.
David, you're out of order. Let me state this. We had special meetings for these abatements where we invited all these people to come in. You are on the committee. You were not there. You did not show up for the meeting. So we cannot have them come here. We cannot have them come here and ask questions that were already answered because you couldn't show up for the meeting, which you are a committee member of.
I'm looking at the actual numbers
do
we're
not
voting
do that.
on.
These are our business owners in our city. We want to be business friendly. You could
You're
have
in
had asked those
compliance.
questions at the committee meeting. You didn't show up, so don't do this.
Did that
Please don't do
change the
this.
outcome
Mr.
whatsoever?
Mishler.
You waste my time.
Thank you. And thank you for coming. My question is, so how many jobs have you created? It says here that you were estimated to create 19. I know you're down, you haven't been able to make that many. How many have you made, and what plans do you have to reach that number?
So as of 12/31/2024, the reporting date, we had created 6, and we currently have 20 open positions.
And those are new positions from this, or are those replacing positions where people left?
A number of those are new positions because we created a new level within our production called a master boat builder. So those would be added positions and new positions.
Okay. What's the plan to reach that 90% that we would like to see there? Do you estimate being able to hit that threshold anytime soon, as far as job creation, and if so, how?
Yeah, I mean, I think the plan is the same that we started out with, as Lindy stated, and you've heard before, the baseline's changed on us. Business is down 40%. We've got plans to bring other things in-house in the coming years that will add to that in terms of insourcing in our business, but we still feel good about that plan, and as the market starts to recover, we think we'll fill those jobs.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Mr. Hinkie.
So what is the deadline, just for the record, for their compliance?
Bennington's ERA ended December 31, 2024. But we would measure jobs each year as of December 31 of a given year.
Okay.
Or are you asking when their abatement ends?
Yeah, the end of their investment period.
Their investment period expired December 31, 24.
Yes. I just wanted that on record. Again, from last year, noted that I don't get asked when the meetings are. I'm just supposed to show up, and 6
Count-
o'clock.
Councilman
is
You're out of
information.
order. Thank
So
you
don't
very
talk
much.
to me about
You can have
missing a
seat.
meeting. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you coming in. I'm going to open up to the public. Is there anyone in the public who would like to speak to this proposed resolution? Seeing none. Melly, would you do a roll call vote on this?
But we need a motion.
Oh, wait, would you get a motion? This is so different.
I can make a motion. I just want to clarify, I believe this is just real property. Is that correct? I don't see personal property. I just want to make sure
Correct,
in
real
my
property.
motion. Okay. So I move to adopt proposed resolution number 25-R-26 with the finding that Bennington South is in substantial compliance with the statement of benefits form for real property and the conditions stated in the designated resolution.
A motion by Mr. Holtz, a second by Ms. Hines. Melody, would you do a roll call?
Councilman
Vote,
Holt.
please.
Aye.
Councilman Curry.
Yes.
Councilwoman King.
Yes.
Councilman Mishler.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hines.
Yes.
Councilman Crabtree.
Yes.
Councilman Hinkie. President Dawson.
Aye. Thank you. Would you read proposed resolution 25-R-28 by title, please?
Proposed Resolution 25-R-28, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Playcon Corporation is in substantial compliance with its statement of benefit forms and memoranda of agreement approved under resolution numbers R-1420, R-2720, and R-2820.
I get a motion and a second to adopt this resolution.
So move.
Motion by Mr. Crabtree, second by Mr. Mishler. Open the council floor for discussion. Mr. Mishler.
Yes, Drew, so this just looks like another one where they, significantly reached their real property by, it looks like 132%, and their personal property of about 117%. They estimated 26 new jobs for this project, and the CF1 showed 6 were created, which is a 23% compliance rate. How much longer do they have for their abatement, or did it end their ERA and all that good stuff?
Their ERA ended in, I believe, December 31, 2022. But we would measure we would measure the jobs every year. And the final year, they have a 7-year real, 5-year personal, and 28-29 is the final year for real property, and 27-28 is the final year for personal property. So we would measure jobs each of those years going forward.
Okay, so we would measure the job growth until the very end of that, correct?
Yeah, as of December 31 of every given year prior to CF1 compliance.
Thank you.
Thank you. And there's a representative from Playcon here this evening as well.
Or council questions? Seeing none, I'll open up to the public. Is there anyone in the public who would like to speak with regards to this resolution?
I'm Mike Nielsen, General Manager of Playcon.
Make sure you sign in, please.
Yes, I will. Okay, I'll just start with when we reported in December, we were at 75 jobs. Our target is 95. That was the lowest we've been since August of 2022. During that time frame, we were compliant for about a year, peaking at 105 in the summer of 2023. Today, we're at 85 with 8 temporary positions, and we do most of our hiring for hourly with temp to hire. So we're almost back to that compliance, and we're back to growing again. And if you'd like to hear why we shrunk for a while, I'm happy to tell you, but I don't want to waste council's time if you don't.
Any questions? Mr. Seeing none, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. Turning back to the council for council discussion. Melody, would you do get a motion? This is so.
Yes, I move to adopt proposed resolution 25-R-28 with a finding that Playcon Corporation is in substantial compliance with the statement of benefits form for personal property. I believe it's only personal property. And the conditions stated in the designating resolution.
They have both real and personal.
Oh, and the statement of benefits form for real property.
The second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Holtz. Melody, would you do a roll call, please?
Councilman Holtz.
Aye.
Councilman Curry.
Yes.
Councilwoman King.
Yes.
Councilman Mishler.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hines.
Yes.
Councilman Crabtree.
Yes.
Councilman Hinkie. President Dawson.
Aye. Would you read proposed resolution 25-R-29 by title, please?
Proposed Resolution 25-R-29, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Treaded Tire and Wheel Company Incorporated is in substantial compliance with its Statement of Benefits Personal Property, Form CF-4PP, and the Memorandum of Agreement approved under Resolution Numbers R3818, R4218, R4318.
I get a motion and a second to adopt this resolution.
So move.
Motion by Mr. Crabtree, second by Mr. Mishler. Open the floor for council discussion.
If I could on this one.
Mr. Mishler.
Yes, this one, I know we have the 90% threshold, but I think this was like $22 or $24 away from that. It was, I think it was like 89.98% there, and they submitted additional documentation that showed that they were over that 90% threshold as we requested during the meeting. Is that correct, Drew?
Thank you, Councilman Mishler. That is correct.
Thank you, Drew. Mr. Hinkie.
With that said, it's baffling how you are 273% compliant in the number of jobs, but only 89% compliant with gross wages. So then the question becomes, did they meet the minimum pay as defined by the SB1?
Their CF1 showed that they were 89.9% compliant, but the company did turn in supplemental information highlighting updated wages from that time period as of December 123, and that they highlighted a compliance rate of 91%. And there's representatives here from the company that can talk more about that.
Yeah, I'd really like to know how we have that many actual jobs, but we should be 150+% above in actual gross pay.
Kate Womack, I'm with actually JM Tax Advocates, who helps Treaded Tire file their compliance filings. So one of the biggest things that you'll see that why this happened was that Treaded Tire historically has issued large bonuses based on income, which would not be included in this base wage amount. So Treaded Tire issues large bonuses based on their net income, and that is issued to the company at large, including hourly employees. That bonus amount for the year 2024, year-end 23 for compliance year 24 was $1.325 million and some change. That would have brought up the base wage amount to $54,000, which would then make the company 144% compliance. But with the wages that were submitted, base wages were only included. Now, as Treaded is seeing that that net income is shrinking, they're actually increasing the base wage amount to make up for that difference. This past year, because the net income was smaller, the owners decided to at least find some money to give in bonuses, and that number equated to be $86,000.
So when you filled out your original agreement, did you then fill it out based on bonuses added in? Because bonuses cannot be, by rules, a part of the compliance.
Yes, so the base amount does not include bonuses. And then when we let me put it this way, we pulled the original numbers. Those numbers came in at 89.9% compliant of the base wage amount. When reran by a second individual, Julie here.
I'm Julie Welsh. I'm the VP of Finance for Tredit.
That number came in to be $34,378.74, which is 91.22% compliance. And I do have a handout if you prefer to see the numbers.
So without bonuses?
Without
approved.
bonus.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Is there anyone else in the audience who would like to speak? Fine, you can have a seat. Seeing none, we turn it back to council. Need a motion. I remember this time.
You did remember?
Yeah, I did.
Are you making me do it every time?
Yes. You remind me every time.
Okay. I didn't that time. That's all right. This is just personal? Okay. I move to adopt proposed resolution number 25-R-29 with the finding that Tredit Tire and Wheel is in substantial compliance with the statement of benefits form for personal property and the conditions stated in the designated resolution.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Crabtree. Melody, would you do a roll call vote, please?
Councilman Holtz,
Aye.
Councilman Curry,
Yes.
Councilwoman King,
Yes.
Councilman Mishler, Councilwoman Hines,
Yes.
Councilman Crabtree.
Yes.
Councilman Hinkie,
Aye.
President Dawson.
Aye. Thank you. Motion passes. Would you read proposed resolution 25-R-30 by title, please?
Proposed Resolution 25-R-30, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether PECF Enterprises Incorporated, DBA Triangle Rubber Company, LLC, and 7 Guild, LLC, are in substantial compliance with its Statement of Benefits forms and Memoranda of Agreement approved under Resolution Numbers R5324, R5624, R5724.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a
So
second
move.
to adopt this resolution? Motion by Mr. Crabtree. The second. Second by Mr. Mishler. Council discussion. Being none, open up the public. Is there anyone in the public who would like to speak with regards to this resolution? Being none, return to the council. Mr. Hinkie.
Compliance outdate, when is there, I just want to make sure that we're on the same page.
December 31, 2026. They were just approved in November, so they literally just got started.
Thank you.
Thank you. Melody, would you do? Who you got, Mr. Mishler?
Yes.
Yes.
I move to adopt proposed resolution number 25-R-30 with a finding that Triangle Rubber is in substantial compliance with personal property and real property, right? Is it real or personal?
They have a real property phase in 2. However, they were not assessed yet. They have not been assessed for real property improvements. So tonight
Personal.
we're just reviewing personal property.
All right, I'm going to start over again. I move to adopt proposed resolution number 25-R-30 with a finding that Triangle Rubber is in substantial compliance with the statement of benefits form for personal property and the conditions stated in the designated resolution.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Mishler, second by Mr. Crabtree. Melody.
Councilman Holtz,
Aye.
Councilman Curry,
Yes.
Councilwoman King,
Yes.
Councilman Mishler,
Aye.
Councilwoman Hines,
Yes.
Councilman Crabtree,
Yes.
Councilman Hinkie, President Dawson.
Aye. Would you read proposed resolution 25-R-15 by title?
Proposed Resolution 25-R-15, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Alliance RV LLC, Three Creek LLC are in substantial compliance with Statement of Benefit forms and Memorandum of Agreement approved under Resolution Numbers R0821 and R1421.
Thank you. Can I get a motion and a second to adopt this resolution?
So move.
Mr. Crabtree motions.
Second.
Second by Ms. King. Council discussion.
I'd like to say something in regards to Alliance. I had the opportunity of touring their manufacturer, and I was highly impressed with the culture that they have there, just how they treat their employees, the break room and everything, and they're very visual with everything. And I just really commend them for wanting to be in Elkhart, build a community on their property for families, and they are really centered on family or a family-oriented business. So I'm just highly impressed. And thank you, Drew, for inviting me. I really appreciate that.
Any other council discussion? Seeing none, open up to the public. Is there anyone in the public who would like to speak? Seeing none, return it back to the council. Any council discussion? Mr. Mishler.
Oh, yes, thank you. I move to adopt proposed resolution number 25-R-16 with a finding that Alliance RV.
15.
I'm on the wrong page.
Please, yeah.
My apologies. Start that over. I move to adopt proposed resolution number 25-R-15 with a finding that Alliance RV is in substantial compliance with real property, with the statement of benefits form for real property and the statements of benefit for personal property and the conditions in the designating resolution.
Thank you. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Crabtree. Melody, would you do a roll call vote, please?
Councilman Holtz?
Aye.
Councilman Curry?
Yes.
Councilwoman King?
Yes.
Councilman Mishler?
Aye.
Councilwoman Hines?
Yes.
Councilman Crabtree?
Yes.
Councilman Hinkie? President Dawson?
Aye. Would you read proposed resolution 25-R-16 by title, please?
Proposed resolution 25-R-16, a resolution of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Alliance RV LLC, Three Creek LLC are in substantial compliance with its statement of benefit forms and a memorandum of agreement approved under resolution numbers R819, R919, and R1019.
Can I get a motion and a second to adopt this resolution?
So move. Second.
Second by Mr. Crabtree, second by Mr. Mishler. Council discussion. Mr. Hinkie.
Well, it's nice to see that without question, we can go through these really fast because they're all sufficiently inside their compliances. So they've estimated correctly. Some of them have underestimated for their full benefit, unfortunately. They could have gone up there or made a second abatement, but I really appreciate the fact that we don't have to dwell on compliance. I just feel bad for them when others don't make the same measure.
Thank you. Anyone in the public who would like to speak with regards to this resolution? Seeing none, we turn back to the council. Mr. Mishler.
Yes, thank you. I move to adopt proposed resolution number 25-R-16 with a finding that Alliance RV is in substantial compliance with the statement of benefits form for real property and the statement of benefits form for personal property and the conditions stated in the designated resolution. Second.
Motion by Mr. Mishler, second by Mr. Crabtree.
Councilman Holtz?
Aye.
Councilman Curry?
Yes.
Councilwoman King?
Yes.
Councilman Mishler?
Aye.
Councilwoman Hines?
Yes.
Councilman Crabtree?
Yes.
Councilman Hinkie?
Aye.
President Dawson?
Aye. Would you read proposed resolution 25-R-18 by title?
17.
17.
Proposed resolution 25-R-17, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Alpha Systems LLC, DVS LLC are in substantial compliance with its statement of benefit forms and memoranda of agreement approved under resolution numbers R4320, R4420, and R4520.
So move.
Second.
Second by Mr. Holtz. Council discussion. Ms. King.
I also had the opportunity of touring Alpha Systems. And again, you know, with the factory, with the workforce and what the companies are doing and trying to put back into their employees, and this incentive helps that. And having to meet, I call it the Alpha Systems family, but the general manager, how she started right out of high school and now it's the general manager, but it just goes to show how companies are putting back into their employees and into families. So thank you again, Drew. Shout out.
Thank you. Any other discussion? And open up to the public. Is there anyone in the public who would like to speak? Angie? And we turn it back to the council floor. Mr. Mishler?
Thank you. I move to adopt proposed resolution number 25-R-17 with a finding that Alpha Systems is in substantial compliance with the statement of benefits form for personal property and the statement of benefits for real property and the conditions stated in the designated resolution.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Mishler, second by Mr. Crabtree. Melody, would you do a roll call, please?
Councilman Holtz.
Aye.
Councilman Curry.
Yes.
Councilwoman King.
Yes.
Councilman Mishler.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hines.
Yes.
Councilman Crabtree.
Yes.
Councilman Hinkie. President Dawson.
Aye. Would you read proposed resolution 25-R-19 by title, please?
18.
16?
18.
18.
Proposed Resolution 25-R-18, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether EOZ Business LLC is in substantial compliance with its statement of benefits, real property, CF-1, Form CF-1RP, and the memorandum of agreement approved under resolution numbers R3820, R3920, R4020.
So move.
Motion by Mr. Crabtree.
Second.
Second by Mr. Mishler. Council discussion. Seeing none, open up to the public. Is there anyone in the public that would like to speak? Seeing none, we turn it back to the council floor. Mr. Mishler.
Thank you. I move to adopt proposed resolution number 25-R-18 with a finding that EOZ Business LLC is in substantial compliance with a statement of benefits form for real property and the conditions stated in the designated resolution.
Second.
Crabtree. Melody.
Councilman Holtz.
Aye.
Councilman Curry.
Yes.
Councilwoman King.
Yes.
Councilman Mishler.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hines.
Yes.
Councilman Crabtree.
Yes.
Councilman Hinkie. President Donkey.
Aye. Would you read proposed resolution 5-R-19 by title, please?
Proposed Resolution 25-R-19, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Flexible Concepts Incorporated is in its substantial compliance with its statement of benefits, personal property, Form CF-1/PP, and the memorandum of agreement approved under resolution number R5121 R50. That's fine. 721 and R5821.
So move.
Motion by Mr. Crabtree. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. King. Ms. King. Council discussion. Seeing none, open to. Okay. I'm sorry, Ms. King.
It's okay. Flexible Concept had an opportunity outside of the RV industry, and I was really impressed how, I know we had spoken earlier on automation, and that's really important there, and but being that this business has nothing to do with the RV industry, and trying to get employees what they do, they do a good job, but excuse me, Brent, I need my water, sorry, but but I was really impressed with the business and all of the businesses, how they really make up the economic impact on Elkhart. And so I just want to commend them and just thank them for, allowing me to walk through their facility. And thank you again, Drew. And also Mike, thank you.
Any other discussion? And open up to the public. Is there anyone in the public who would like to speak? Is there anyone in the public that would like to speak, Angie? Seeing none, we turn to the council floor. Melody, would you do a roll call? I'm sorry.
I got you. I move to adopt proposed resolution 25-R-19 with a finding that Flexible Concepts Incorporated is in substantial compliance with the statement of benefits form for personal property and the conditions stated in the designating resolution.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Mishler, second by Mr. Crabtree. Now, Melody.
Councilman Holtz.
Aye.
Councilman Curry.
Yes.
Councilwoman King.
Yes.
Councilman Mishler.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hines.
Yes.
Councilman Crabtree.
Yes.
Councilman Hinkie. President Dawson.
Aye. Would you read proposed resolution 25-R-20 by title, please?
Proposed Resolution 25R-20, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Hull Lift Truck Incorporated is in substantial compliance with its Statement of Benefits forms and Memoranda of Agreement approved under Elkhart County Resolution Numbers CC 2021-13, CC 2021-16.
I got a motion and a second to adopt this resolution.
So move.
Second.
Got a motion by Mr. Crabtree, second by Mr. Mishler. Council discussion.
I got it.
Mr.
Drew,
Mishler.
if you would, this one didn't come in front of us. This is ours because we annexed it, correct?
Thank you, Councilman Mishra. That is correct. They are on the corner of County Road 6 and County Road 17, and they were recently annexed into the city in 24. And so the Common Council is now the designating body. It is a seamless transition.
Questions?
Were they ever found in noncompliance at the county level prior to annexation?
I believe that did take place, but now they are compliant.
Okay, just out of curiosity.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Drew. Open up to the public. Is there anyone in the public that would like to speak? Seeing none, we turn it back to the council floor. Mr. Mishler.
Thank you. I move to adopt proposed resolution number 25-R-20 with the finding that Hull Lift Truck is in substantial compliance with the Statement of Benefits form for personal property and the Statement of Benefits form for real property and the conditions stated in the designating resolution.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Mishler, second by Mr. Crabtree. Melody, would you do a roll call vote, please?
Councilman Holtz?
Aye.
Councilman Curry?
Yes.
Councilwoman King?
Yes.
Councilman Mishler?
Aye.
Councilwoman Hines?
Yes.
Councilman Crabtree?
Yes.
Councilman Hinkie? President Dawson?
Aye. Would you read proposed resolution 25-R-21 by title, please?
Proposed Resolution 25-R-21, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Kim Crest LLC, La Isla Bonita Properties LLC are in substantial compliance with its Statement of Benefits forms and Memoranda of Agreement approved under Resolution Numbers R4716, R4916, and R5016.
So move.
Got a motion by Mr. Crabtree, second by
Second.
Mr. Mishler. Council discussion. Seeing none, open up to the public. Is there anyone in the public that would like to speak? Seeing none, we turn it back to the council floor. Mr. Mishler.
Thank you. I move to adopt proposed resolution number 25-R-21 with a finding that ChemCrest is in substantial compliance with the Statement of Benefits form for personal property and real property and the conditions stated in the designating resolution.
Second.
Second by Mr. Crabtree, motion by Mr. Mishler. Melody, would you do a roll call vote, please?
Councilman Holtz?
Aye.
Councilman Curry?
Yes.
Councilwoman King?
Yes.
Councilman Mishler?
Aye.
Councilwoman Hines?
Yes.
Councilman Crabtree?
Yes.
Councilman Hinkie? President Dawson?
Aye. Would you read proposed resolution 25-R-23, 22?
Proposed Resolution 25-R-22, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Marsan International LLC is in substantial compliance with its Statement of Benefit forms and Memoranda of Agreement approved under Resolution Numbers R0422, R0622, and R0722.
So move.
A motion by Mr. Mishler, second by Mr. Crabtree, second by Mr. Mishler. Council discussion. Seeing none, open up to the public. Seeing none, return to the council floor. Mr. Mishler.
Thank you. I move to adopt proposed resolution 25-R-22 with the finding that Marsan International is in substantial compliance with the Statement of Benefits forms for personal property and real property and the conditions stated in the designating resolution.
Second.
Got a motion by Mr. Mishler, second by Mr. Crabtree. Melody, would you do a roll call vote, please?
Councilman Holtz?
Aye.
Councilman Curry?
Yes.
Councilwoman King?
Yes.
Councilman Mishler?
Aye.
Councilwoman Hines?
Yes.
Councilman Crabtree.
Yes.
Councilman Hinkie.
Yes.
President Dawson.
Aye. Would you read proposed resolution 25-R-23 by title, please?
Proposed Resolution 25-R-23, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether SCG Acquisitions Company, LLC, DBA Speed Grip Chuck Company, Swanee Precision Holdings, LLC, are in substantial compliance with its Statement of Benefits Personal Property, Form F-1/PP, and the Memorandum of Agreement approved under Resolution Numbers R0524, R0624, and R0724.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Mishler, second by Mr. Crabtree for adoption. Council discussion. Seeing none, we open it up to the public. Is there anyone in the public that would like to speak? Seeing none, turn it back to the council. Mr. Mishler.
Thank you. I move to adopt proposed resolution number 25-R-23 with a finding that Speed Grip Chuck Company is in substantial compliance with a statement of benefits form for personal property and the conditions stated in the designating resolution.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Mishler, second by Mr. Crabtree. Melody, would you do a roll call vote, please?
Councilman Holtz.
Aye.
Councilman Curry.
Yes.
Councilwoman King.
Yes.
Councilman Mishler.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hines.
Yes.
Councilman Crabtree.
Yes.
Councilman Hinkie. President Dawson.
Aye. Would you read proposed resolution 25-R-24 by title, please?
Proposed Resolution 25-R-24, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Elkhart, Indiana, determining whether Treaded Tire and Wheel Company, Incorporated, is in substantial compliance with its Statement of Benefits Personal Property, Form CF-1/PP, and the Memorandum of Agreement approved under Resolution Numbers R3818, R4218, and R4318.
So move.
By Mr. Crabtree.
Second.
Second by Mr. Mishler for approval. Council discussion. Seeing none, open up to the public. Is there anyone in the public who would like to speak with regards to this resolution? Seeing none, turning back to the council. Mr. Mishler.
Thank you. I move to adopt proposed resolution number 25-R-24 with a finding that Treaded Tire and Wheel is in substantial compliance with the statement of benefits form for personal property and the conditions stated in the designated resolution.
Second.
The motion by Mr. Mishler, second by Mr. Crabtree. Melody, would you do a roll call vote, please?
Councilman Holtz.
Aye.
Councilman Curry.
Yes.
Councilwoman King.
Yes.
Councilman Mishler.
Aye.
Councilwoman Hines.
Yes.
Councilman Crabtree.
Yes.
Councilman Hinkie. President Dawson.
Aye. With all business being concluded for this
Mr.
special
President,
call council meeting.
Did we do 25-R-26? Did we vote on that? That was the first one, and he was not online. He
Yeah, we
was
did
not on
vote.
video.
That was American.
Yeah, Concord?
Yes.
Yeah, Concord.
Yes.
Yeah, Concord
Okay,
Mall.
got it. Okay.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Okay.
He couldn't speak because we couldn't see him.
Got it. Okay.
Yes.
Thank
So
you.
with all business being concluded for this special call meeting for July 9th, 2025, we are adjourned.